I had not mentioned any names. I had actually, even at times, Witty would bring up certain people's names, and I would say, "Hey, next subject. I don't want to talk about it." Right? And people were recording every live that I made, whether or not I was just talking about getting a new dog, just talking about my new apartment, putting furniture together. There were certain people that were taking every live that I had, and then they would replay that live, and then they would take screenshots of pictures of me and make fun of me for hours and hours and hours. And they continue to do it. And so, yes, the other day when I popped off on a certain individual, I had enough. This person will not stop. And also, Sammy, do you know that this individual has made it clear that her mission is to get me so deep, dark in depression that I take my own life? Did you know that?
I honestly don't know what person you're talking about or what. I you guys, I don't know a lot of the drama that goes on this app. I don't
It's a
get
good thing,
involved.
trust me.
I don't like to get
You
involved.
don't want to know.
Sammy, of all people, you would die if you knew what Megan said to me. And put it in a
Okay,
video.
okay, but I do like Megan. I am friends with OG. I like Violet.
Hmm.
But here's the thing. People are just hurting each other on this app. Like
Right.
going on lives, going on
No,
messages,
you're
just
right on that. You're absolutely right.
bashing each other. It's you guys, it is
Mm-hmm.
so windy at my house. Um,
It's okay.
just bashing each other. And if everybody wants it to stop, then it just needs to stop. Like just don't feed into it anymore. Nobody. It's like you don't give it the time of day. Like I
You're
think
right.
everybody needs to stop. Stop talking about everybody.
Mm-hmm. I get
It's
it. I completely get it. I do.
But Sammy, there comes a point, right? And I, trying to change my mindset, right? And I have set back and I have watched these people hold these lives and say things about me, bringing things back up from last year. But yet, these are the same people that are telling me to change my behavior and to change my ways. But yet, they're still involved in the bullshit, and they continue to do vile things, right? So it's like you push me to the point where I don't say things for weeks on end, and then you literally tell people that your main mission in life is to get me so deep, dark in depression that you hope I take my life. Who says that, Sammy?
okay. Are you talking about Megan? I mean, honestly,
Yep.
Do you know that there's been some people that have walked away from her because she literally said that that's her mission and they were not happy with that?
well, Shannon, I mean, come on, you called CPS on her. I mean, when
Okay.
somebody
Oh boy, here
Okay.
we go.
calls
But here's the thing,
CPS,
Sammy. But here's the thing, Sammy. She also doxed an innocent man because she wanted to get back at me, and she doxed not only him but his 4 children.
okay, I don't know anything about that at all.
Yeah,
I
she
really
did.
don't.
She doxed Mike. She doxed his address, his work truck, his license plate, his Facebook, his phone number.
I don't even know who Mike is. I'm just saying, Megan's hurt and she's angry about that. And
Yeah,
her
but she wants to
mom,
sit there, but then everybody's in the boxes saying stop going real life, stop doxing people, stop doing this and stop doing that, but yet she's still trying to deep dive into my life so she can continue to do things. Who
okay,
gets in a box and who tells people
listen,
and privately messages people and tells people they hope somebody takes their life?
okay, I get that. And I don't agree with somebody saying that anybody should take their life. But will you just let me finish for 1 second, Shannon?
Yeah.
Shannon, she's angry. What you did was, I mean, ultimately, it was like you saying you were trying to get her child taken from her. Like I would be angry too.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that, Sammy, and I made it very clear to that. It wasn't
I
that.
mean, that's
One
what the
another thing,
post
Sammy,
says.
is I'm not the only one that called. So my question is, I'm the only one that's being targeted, but there was a lot of people that called. And there's some people that called that will they ever come forward? Will they ever admit it? No. But guess what? Megan has put a target on me and she's made it look like that I'm the only one that's called. But yet a woman who she supported and tried to help for months and months at a time called on her in January. Where's the same energy for that woman? Why isn't
Okay.
Megan going as hard as she is on me to that other person that called? Why isn't she
Okay.
going as hard on a guy that made a call on a live? Why isn't she
I,
going that hard?
I
But
can't
no.
answer for her.
Well,
I
I
don't
guess
know
what?
anything
And,
about
and
that.
and guess what? Whether or not she's mad or not, but the fact that now you're trying to go after people that are in my life because you want to try to get back at me because you have nothing left on me, that you're trying to do what?
Yeah, well, I mean, ultimately that's between you and Megan. I adore Megan, and as a mom, I don't know that I would be able to get over that very easily myself. And I'm just
Well,
saying,
there were some things, like I said, there were some things, Sammy, that were done. Um, like you said, I know you said that you haven't, you don't see everything, you haven't been around, but I have said before, and I'll say it again. Uh, Sometimes people need to ask themselves this question: what was she doing to me, and what has she done to me? What were the things that she was doing? What were the things that she was involved in?
I don't know. I always saw you guys laughing and joking it up in the lives and stuff. So if there was stuff going on in the back end,
And Sammy,
that's
you know why?
completely
You know why?
different.
You know why Megan turned on me? All because I decided that I just wanted to take a step back and move on and do my own thing. That's the
Hey,
only reason why,
Tignana,
Sammy.
I don't know who Tignana is, but Tignana, I didn't bring up this topic. Okay? I came in here to say I want everybody to just stop bashing each other. I'm kind of a peacemaker. Like I just want everybody,
Thank you for your
we're not
advice. Thank you
we're
for your
not gonna get
advice. We
along.
appreciate it. Got it. We appreciate it. I think
No,
Yeah,
Sammy,
yeah.
I used to be that way too, so I get it. I understand where you're coming from. I think, um, I can't I can't be apologetic for the things that I said in my live tonight because, or this morning, however, whatever time it is, for you guys, but I'm not going to take back or apologize for what I was. I'm can only take so much, and I was responding to two people that decided they were going to bash the crap out of me in another live, and so, um, I'm starting to stand up for myself, and like, is this going to continue back and forth, back and forth? No, no, that's not going to happen. At least on my platform. I said what I needed to say. I said what I needed to say to Violet. Um, she tried denying that I tried to make peace, just let things lie. She denied that I said that. I had to show it. So, I addressed as I saw fit. And I think we all have there is certain ways to stand up for ourselves, and it's not doxing, it's not, uh, um, you know what I mean? It's not like going real life. That's not what I call standing up for anybody themselves. It's called discussing behavior. Um, but standing up for yourself, like instead of going in T's live and hopping in a box and arguing with OG and Violet, I wasn't going to disrespect her live like that, so I came to my own platform to address it um, as I saw fit. So, it needed to be handled. I handled it. Do I agree with all the hatred going on? Absolutely not. Do I agree with tit for tat? Absolutely not. I don't. But, to come at me for my livelihood, to question my training, to question things, and to call me a parasite and call me a bitch and a see you next Tuesday and all these things, it's just I just could not allow that to be said without me standing up for myself. So
And
Well,
and I'll say this, Sammy, but um, I think my straw, right, with Megan at this point in time is that okay, you've shown everything I've ever said, you've shown everything I've ever done, you got nothing left on your table, right? Now you have Witty, who was clearly in a mental health crisis, She had a full mental health breakdown. People saw that, and then they were trying to, get in with Witty, all because they knew that me and her had a conversation and I shared personal things about my life to Witty, and they all wanted to offer her a cash app and an alcohol in order for her to give that said information out.
Now, mind you, at the end of that whole video that she made, she said she slams her phone down and she says, "Get off the app and get some help, bitch." Uh,
Jeez Louise.
I heard it just yesterday, and I went, So she
God.
was targeting me. Like, no offense, but what are we supposed to do with that? It's like a mind fuck.
you guys, she's angry.
I
She's got
don't
a
give a
lot of
shit. Me
reasons to
too.
be
I'm
angry.
gonna leave this live because this is going absolutely nowhere. I have the right to have my feelings. So does Shannon.
Okay,
We appreciate your
everybody does.
advice, but this is going nowhere for me. So I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna go get ready for work.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that I got her so upset that she dropped. I don't know what I've said that's got her so upset other than, people are angry. People are angry. They
Well,
have every right to
yeah,
be angry. You
and
guys have
this
every right
is
to be angry too.
right, Sammy, and this is really raw right now for her. This is raw. And so um the what I was trying to do is, as far as the rest of my life was just I just want to just calm down a bit uh, and just try to keep things cordial, if you will. And I'm not saying you did anything wrong. It's not that. It's just, Witty, she's still going through it, and this is still raw. Things are raw for her. And
Right?
she came over to support me. That's why she was in my life. And this was her safe place. Yes, I try my best to keep this a safe place for people. And again, I even let Violet up in my box, but she started, she told Shannon, excuse my language, but she told Shannon, shut the fuck up. Shannon was not swearing at her. And I said, please be respectful. Unfortunately, Violet does not give the same respect back that, we were trying to give to her. And so I tried. I honestly did. Um, I really did. So,
Well, and I know Violet, it just feels really hurt too. I know you and her were really good friends. And I know that she just feels really hurt right now by the whole situation too. And I think
right,
she just wants
Sammy,
to have
but
a voice.
right, but the problem is here's where the problem lies, okay? Here's where the problem lies. Um, being hurt is one thing, right? But going in boxes and bashing the crap out of me is another. That's not the way to handle things. And in a text, I try to just, like I said, be cordial and make peace. I wished her well. I said I'm not going to speak on her. I'm not going to allow people in my boxes to speak on her. Okay, and I handled that privately off the app. I did not address her until 2 days ago when she just would not stop. She's making fun of me on her page. So I'm sorry, Sammy, if that's not how someone you're hurt. That's not hurt. That's either ego hurt or um pissed off or whatever, but that's not hurt. I'm not coming at you by any means, but when someone behaves that way, even though I tried to just make peace just I felt it was the best for both of us to just peacefully just walk away. I stayed true to that text until just a couple days ago. I sent it to her on September 22nd. It is now October 11th, and I spoke on her just had a response to stand up for myself on the 9th of October. So all that time went by from the 22nd to the 9th.
Say Megan's hurt, right? Megan's hurt. Okay. Megan can be allowed to be hurt. But see, what's happening here, Sammy, is you've got her little foot soldiers that are getting on that little hate train. And so they're attacking. It's not just her, it's them. I've never done anything to Violet. I've never done anything. I've never posted on her. I actually was I wasn't speaking on her. But then she turns around and makes videos of Janna and I dragging our name through the mud, right? But see, I'm going to be the bigger person after this live. I'm going to be the bigger person. Now, whether or not Violet takes them down, I don't know, but I'll take my videos down. I will. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of the bullshit. I really am. I've been hurt as well, but I haven't taken it to I haven't continued to do the things. I apologized. I tried to apologize to Megan. I tried to speak to Megan, but there's no that, and I've accepted that. She set her boundary. I've respected that boundary, right? But for you to have your little foot soldiers continue to do the worst to me and do the legwork to try to find information out on me because you think you can hurt me more, okay, that's going to say more about you than it will about me. So I will take my videos down to Violet. Now, will she take her videos down? I don't know. Do I really care at this point? I don't. Because people are going to take shit and run with it because that's what they do on this app.
Okay, well,
I
I'm gonna.
appreciate your intentions, Sammy. I do. I appreciate that. I do.
I just, there's a very select few people that I really do care about on this app, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
like to see them hurt. I don't want to see anybody hurt. I feel bad that Witty dropped. Like somebody said, this is her safe space. I in no means would try to take away Witty's safe space. Witty knows what I have offered for her, so I would never want to hurt her. I don't want to hurt anybody, but I don't want to see the people I care about hurt either. And
Hmm.
you're right. Everybody's got a right to their feelings and how they feel. And I just think this is all just sometimes this app gets carried away and people on this app get carried away. And I think the first step in stopping it is for everybody to just do your part in stopping your part. So,
Hmm.
and that's not that I said the same thing to Violet tonight in there, just don't even give it that energy. But anyway, I'm gonna drop. I hope everybody has a great night.
You too. You
All
too.
You
right. All
too. So
right.
I appreciate
Thank
you
you,
coming up and
Sammy.
talking.
Good night.
Thank you. You too.
Well, then there was two. And I get it, Jana.
Yeah.
If I could snap my finger and people just start doing their own things on their platform and start having their own content and just being themselves and everybody would just move on, it's easier said than done because I want that. Witty wants that. You want that. But we all
Hmm.
know that that's not what's going to happen.
Sorry, I had to leave. I have a
It's
history with
okay,
her.
honey.
I think.
Tabby, what? I'm sorry.
What do you want to come up for, Tabby?
What do you need to say?
I'm kind of over this subject. I just want us to move on because I have to work today, and I don't want to have this on our minds all day. Sister number two.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people. Like everyone.
It's too much to
Here's
type.
here's the thing is I know what roles I played with people, right? I know that I've hurt people. I've owned up to it. You know, I understand that there's some people may not accept my apology. But like Jana said, that's not my burden to carry anymore. It's
Mm-mm.
not.
It's just getting
And
old.
it's
Mm-hmm.
getting old. It's getting to the point. And yes, you can feel a certain type of way about me, but okay, let's just move on. Go do your own
Okay,
thing and I'll do
Tabby,
mine.
just can you hold on just a few minutes? Just hold, please. I'm just letting them. Good morning. Okay, go ahead, Shannon. Sorry.
It's like these people go and make these videos about me, right? They take bits and pieces and they have painted me out to be the most horrible person ever, right? And it's like I say, okay, I can't control what they do, what they say about me, right? I can only control how I react to it. And so then when I give no reaction, when I give no response, it's like they go even harder. And it's like when I still give them no response. Y'all think that I sit here and when I finally cry and I have a breakdown and I say leave me alone just leave me alone, then you mock me and then you laugh at me. But for somebody's intentions to come at me so hard that they want me to take my life, what if I was at my lowest point in life right now? What if I was like I was last year? What if that were to happen? Would everybody, would the next day or a few days after, would you guys get in a box and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry that I was so mean to Shannon," or I wish that, you know, I would have done things differently. I mean, do you guys just get to the point where you're gonna actually one day push somebody to that point? Because I know I could never do it. I know that I can look at myself and say, I need to stop my shit. I need to back off. I need to change my shit. But why is it when it comes to me, it's like burner at the stake, right?
Look, I'm not gonna deny it. I don't care for Shannon. I'm never gonna make up with her. But just leave us the fuck
You
alone.
mean you mean Megan?
I mean, yeah, sorry, Megan.
Damn, Witty. You just gonna tell me right in a box? Fuck, that was
I'm
rough.
sorry.
Fuck.
Listen,
Okay.
I'm trying to hang curtains and measure things. I am not a mathematician.
You know, I don't fuck. I was like, shit, that turned left real quick. Um, I mean, I was gonna flip out. I was gonna call you over the phone and flip out on you and be like, "What the fuck, bitch?" Uh,
Sorry
I
about
was
that.
gonna I was gonna frantically text Jana and be like, "What the fuck, bitch?" Um, and I get
I
it.
can't do
If
math
you
and I can't hang curtain rods.
right, but my question is, if you don't like me, that's fine. Like, don't ever come around me. Don't associate with me. But it's
Yeah.
like,
But
okay,
one of my frustrations with that when she was up in the box was she doesn't know everything. Why the fuck do you have like I just want everybody to heal. Okay. Thanks for the advice. We'll take it. Bye. Like, I don't, all I
but
heard was, but she's mad. No
okay.
shit, Sherlock's.
Well, you know, I was hurt too. I was hurt when my deceased father was talked about. I was hurt when my kids were brought up. Um, I was hurt when I got doxxed. When my family members got contacted. When someone doxed, you know, my man's address, phone number, work truck. You know what I was hurt when the potential of, since he was doxxed, you know, his four kids could be in danger. Um, you know, and it's
What
like,
and
okay,
then to say point blank, I literally heard her say, and I do it again. And when Karma comes to visit, I know she's going to be like, "What did I do?" I'll be surprised, but mm-mm.
I mean, everybody says, you know, am I hurt? Okay. Yeah. Was initially, was I like, damn, okay, that happened. Okay. Well, clearly, you don't like me and don't want to fuck with me. Okay. Let's move on. Right. But no,
Yeah,
people don't do that on
and
this app.
why do people what's the word I'm looking for? Take away the validation on people's feelings. It seems like it's only, I mean, it's only just the one person, the louder person. Is that what because that's the impression I'm getting. The louder people, if you guys notice this, the loudest ones, their feelings are valid, their opinions are valid, but the ones that, kind of handle things on their own platform and maybe just like in a little tiny circle, and we're not the loudest, I guess our feelings aren't valid. What we say doesn't matter. We're not supposed to or not allowed to have a voice. And if we do, we get dragged through the mud so bad that they can't even see straight. They're so mad about it. And I can't understand that part of it. I just can't even wrap my head around it. I
Right.
don't
And
get
the
it.
thing is, Jana, is people don't understand the tears that I've cried. They don't understand the the depression that I've gotten in, not only because of things that I've gone through, but the things that I allowed myself to be in, the things that I've done.
Right.
People
Hmm.
don't realize the regret that I hold within myself. And why? Because I don't come on the platform and I don't make a huge announcement about it. There's a
You're
lot
not
of things that
kissing
I'm
anybody's butt. You're not
right.
like
There's a lot of,
begging
you
for
know, there's a lot,
forgiveness.
right. there's a lot of things that I'm like ashamed of that I wish I could go back and take back. And there's you know
But you don't deserve for you to be reminded day after day after day, constantly, when you've already taken account and held yourself, you owned it. I don't want to say the A word, but you owned it. You realized, and you owned it, you moved on. Um, to be reminded of it constantly is mind-boggling to me. There's no need
well
for that.
and the fact that people know that I've moved, they know that I've relocated, they know that I'm starting my life over. But
Right.
now since I don't really talk about it very much, and I don't really, I'm learning to keep things. I'm learning to keep things more private and to talk to
Mm-hmm.
only certain individuals, and
Mm-hmm.
people can't stand that. But the fact that people are trying to deep dive into my life to find that information out on me is wild. And I've never gone the lengths that some of these people continue to do. I haven't.
Nope.
I've not. I don't. Sometimes I I have had people reach out to me, Jana. Some of these people that are sitting on the other side, right? That I have one person who sat in a box and talked mad shit on me, and she reached out to me. What was it? 2 days ago,
Mm-hmm.
and she said, "Shannon, I actually stepped out of the box, and I've been watching." And she says, "You do not deserve what has been happening to you."
You
And
don't.
she says, "I am so sorry that I was ever a part of it. I see now that it's gone too far. It's affecting you. I can tell it has affected you, and I just want you to know that I can see changes in you, and they said they were proud of me." And this was a person that once sat in a box and shit talked me. And they reached out to me just a few days ago. So, people, I'm not the worst person on this app. I
What I
own
don't
some of the shit
understand
that
for
I've
the
done.
life of me, what does it matter who people are friends with? Why is that such a concern of theirs? Or why do they make it their business who forgives who and who moves on, with who, and who gave grace to who? Why, if you guys have nothing to do with that, keep it that way. But don't come after me and bash the
Oh,
crap out of
hang on,
me because I forgave Shannon and her and
Tabby,
I are
just a
friends
second.
again.
Tabby, just a moment. I'm sorry. I think they forgot that you wanted to come up. Sorry.
If you don't,
I think they forgot you were down there. Sorry. Oh.
um,
I have not done anything a lot of other people haven't done on this app. The only difference with me is I don't want to continue to do that. I'm trying to move on. I'm trying to move forward. And I don't want to go backwards, but it's like when people just keep on and on and on for weeks at a time. I'm trying to learn that no response is the best response. I wish that I could snap my fingers and just have that mindset and continue that. I'm slow. It's a slow progress. Thank God I've got Jana and Witty and Mike and Pam and Stacky to help me work on that shit. But like, if you don't like me, that's fine. But you don't always have to get up in a box and announce it.
Can I try something real quick? Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see if I can do it. All right. Do I sound different now?
No.
You sound just like Witty.
Oh, motherfucker, that didn't work. F this
You
app.
crack me up. You crack me
I'm
up.
trying to use the voice rings and it won't let me because I don't have any. I want to sound like a mouse or something.
Oh, do you want to use the voice effect?
It won't let me.
Oh, and by the way, this is gonna have to be my other backup account because
Okay.
I had to undo a sneaky because my other one's down until tomorrow.
Oh, Stacky, let's see. Uh,
Yeah.
Shannon.
Yeah.
As long as it's not negativity towards me, because honestly,
Well, we can just
Okay.
mute her then. There she comes.
right.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me up.
You're welcome.
There was just one thing I wanted to say. I've kind of been contemplating for about an hour if I wanted to come up here or not, but I just wanted to say that, like, and it's to Witty, that
Oh, no.
comment that Megan made the other day with the Cash App comment,
Yeah.
that really, like, hit a raw spot in me.
I'm
And I
sorry.
don't know. I mean, I posted it on my page and said
I know.
exactly how I felt about it. And I just think that Megan owes you an apology. Like, because, I mean, I get, like, people have hurt feelings, but there is no amount of hurt that excuses what she
Right.
said, right?
Facts.
Yep.
And that is no different than offering somebody rugs on the street for, I mean, it's just
Correct.
disgusting. And I feel
Correct.
like nobody has called her out for it. Like, I get that some of her
Right?
friends
I don't
maybe have
get it.
talked to her on the back end, but, like,
The
that
same
is
are
pretty,
like no one gives them the same energy that you know what I'm saying? Like they
yeah.
it's
And I
crazy
just
how what they
felt,
let her they don't even like they condone it.
yeah.
But
And it's
Tabby,
like,
Tabby,
I
can I
hope it
ask you a
didn't trigger you
question?
or anything. I'm
If
so
if
sorry.
I if I would have said that to Witty, they would have raked me through the coals.
oh, 100%, 100%. And I just, is it because it's Megan? Like, why isn't
Yeah,
she held to the same standard as
people
everybody
hate me.
else?
People hate me.
And
Get
I
it?
don't
Well,
know why. I
but
just
the
feel
thing is,
like,
it
I
because
don't know.
they try to
Not everybody hates me.
not
Sorry.
everybody, but it's just like I said, earlier, the same thing is okay, they come after Shannon or they come after Whitty or they come after me and because of something they didn't like, but yet their person is said something very wrong to someone knowing damn
yeah,
well that she's not she's going through it and to play with her emotions like that in her sobriety is
yeah,
I'm just going to say it's pure evil. That is
it
evil
is.
to me.
That's
But she's in
exactly.
sobriety too. So what the?
And I just want to say, I mean, I was watching that live. I heard it when it came out of her mouth. I saw red. I went up in a flame. I was like, I cannot. I was shocked but not surprised, I guess is the best way to put
Right.
Right,
it.
right.
But I just felt like that was so evil because she's also told Whitty, "Oh, you need to go get help." So in the
Yeah.
same breath, you're telling her to go get help.
She doesn't
You're
care.
you're saying something like that. Like, it makes no sense.
And
And
then
the
she
only
came in my
reason
box the next
why
day and said, "Did you quit your job, Whitty? I'm
and
here with peace." All
and
right.
the only reason why, Tabby, that she is trying to get in with Whitty or get information from Whitty is because
It's
I
all
have
about money.
had personal conversations with Whitty about my personal life. And Megan, it thinks that it's
Yeah.
something so juicy that she can air out. But
Right.
honestly, it's not juicy. Oh, guess what?
Not at all.
I announced it. Me and Mike are together. Okay, cool beans.
And
I
then she,
what
but wait. But she stated about it's about children. So if that is the case, that's what she's thinking. So you want to put children in this now. Got it. Got it. Even cruel, even more disgusting. By the
To
way, there's
someone
nothing
that's
about
done
children.
nothing
There's
to
nothing
her.
about children, by the way. Absolutely nothing.
No, it's not. And she to say that, she doxed an innocent person who is a complete and absolute amazing guy
Right.
and his kids, and then say I would do it again, and then
But
to
then wants
offer
information about
Witty,
the per set kids. What?
yeah, and then
There's
to
no
offer
information.
Witty alcohol or Cash App. Why don't they use that same energy that they do for us use it for her too? I mean, hello?
And I think you hit the nail on the head. It is evil and it's giving obsessed vibes, is what it's giving.
Absolutely.
It's not about me, and I know now. I knew instantly it really isn't about me. It's cruel and mean, but it is about getting.
That takes complete what's the word seniority, if you will, over anything that Shannon has ever done,
I
or
because
think so
once
myself,
too.
or Witty.
again, had I done that, had I done that,
Mm-mm.
I would have been raked through the coals. I would have been dragged for months and months and months. And it would never stop. But some people get free passes. Some people get grace. Some people make excuses. Some people thinks it's funny. But yet these are the same people once again that are
Don't give her
no,
what she, not Tabby,
listen.
but Megan.
I I have gone live. I have just talked about my apartment. I've talked about my dog. I've just talked about just everything in general. I've had people try to bring up the conversation. I've had people try to bring up topics that I try to avoid. And I have watched Megan replay my live for 5 hours. She replayed a 40-minute live for 5 hours.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
I
she
know.
had people get in a box, make fun of my hair, call me Slim Shady, make fun of my neck, make fun of my weight, make fun of my eyebrows, my hair. They have literally dragged Mike, have called him a deadbeat dad, a piece of shit, a worthless father, saying he works at the dollar store. But I will be
Unbelievable.
quite honest with you, he makes more money than half of you bitches all in the box together. And it doesn't matter what I do and how many times I apologize. Like Jana said, I've apologized. It's done. It's no longer my burden to carry. What you decide to
Nope.
do with it is more on you, but I'm carrying on with my life. That's it.
You'll see, Shannon. You mark my words. You mark my words. See, you heard what Tabby says. She removed herself and she's looking from the outside in. I promise you, this is going to start happening because I see the change. I know exactly where you've been and who you are today. Okay? I know and I see that, and Tabby has, and I promise you, just give it time. Just give it time. And I do believe, like, from now on, let them. And I'm just going to keep say that, let them. We stood up for ourselves. I believe I've stood up for myself enough. Um,
Right.
right. And so I think the best thing to do is just go on about our lives, have fun in our lives, and let them.
And this is going to, and not only let them, starve them.
That's
And when
exactly
I
right.
and when I say starve them, when you don't talk about it, when you don't bring up their name, when you don't bring up past shit, and you just carry on and we laugh about different other things, because I enjoy it when we're up here laughing. But what I can't stand is when other people get up in a box and say, remember when you did this, Shannon? Remember when you hurt this person? Remember you hurt that person? I've hurt a lot of people, but a lot of people have also hurt me. I've given out those apologies. I am truly sorry for a lot of things that I did. But you know what? I will never get that apology. I'll never get that I'm sorry that I hurt you too. And that's something that I'm just going to have to deal with. And I'm okay with it.
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
know that
yeah.
I know that I did the best that I could. I'm changing my behavior. I'm working on it. I've said my apologies. There's going to be apologies I may never get, and that's okay.
Right.
I've forgiven
Oops,
myself,
what did I do?
and I'm moving on. And I don't wish ill on anybody. I don't wish harm on anybody. I'm tired of people just not moving on. And like I said, it's been, wash, rinse, repeat over and over again. And we're almost in what, 2026? People are still bringing up shit from 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go. And I have
Exactly.
to. And I have to, because I I'm not going to beat myself up over it, because y'all, 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, this app may not be here. As life goes on, um, you know, things change, things evolve, and in a few years, this app may not even be here, and none of this is even going to matter. So we just need to focus on the good things that are happening in our life, keep the good people we want in our circle, and carry on. But I'm at this point, I'm gonna starve them, and I'm gonna let them, because I don't want, because you can't get to me anymore. It's now you're trying to hurt other people around me, and I don't want that. It's not about me. You could hurt me. I can handle it, right? But when you start hurting people I love and care about, and you start affecting their life, that's when it's enough for me.
Right. And I think it's time that Megan's people or her friends or whoever start holding her feet to the fire. And I think she owes Whitty an apology, point blank, period. There was no excuse. I don't care if she's hurt, she's mad, she's sad. I don't give a damn. That was inexcusable what she did to Whitty, point blank, period.
You're
And,
right.
but
You're
how
right.
many passes? How many passes is Megan going to get?
That's a good
How
question
many?
because it seems like she gets away with everything. Why? Because
Yeah,
she's
just
the
the
loudest. I
hair
mean,
junkie T-shirt, what she said to
that
Whitty.
was it for me. When that's what started me to be distancing myself from her. When she did that, knowing that she went to his celebration of life and wearing that t-shirt, by the way. So again, why aren't her people like saying, hey, that was done malicious with malicious intent, clearly. And if she genuinely did it, with a pure heart to, do the t-shirts and then for the proceeds to go straight to his family. If it was done with a pure heart, there is no way on earth she would have thought about flicking ashes on on his t-shirt, packaging it, putting dog crap on it, and mailing it out. If she did everything with a pure heart, that told me she did not. And by the way, Megan, where is the receipt that you gave the proceeds to his family? Where?
Oh yeah, she said she didn't have to show anybody that, and she wasn't going to. So,
But
all
you know
right,
what?
it's
I had to show my
To have
receipts.
facts and receipts to do anything. Okay, right.
But yet I had to show my
Got it.
receipts, right? I
Yep.
had to show my screenshots,
Yep.
right? I
Yep.
had to air I had to do that. Now, has a lot of people let that situation go? Have they moved on from it? Yeah, they have. You
Mm-hmm.
know, is it something that I regret doing and happening? I do. But once again, I showed my receipts. I showed
Mm-hmm.
my proof. I didn't have
Mm-hmm.
to, but
No, you did not. You did
because I
not.
wanted to clear my conscience, I wanted to clear the air. I wanted to make it right. I wanted to make it right with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I cared enough about saving relationships and friendships in my own life that I knew I had to do the right thing. I wanted to do the right thing. It might not have been on certain people's timelines or it wasn't fast enough, but I did it
You
and I'm
owned it.
proud.
You addressed it. You owned completely. You addressed it. You took care of it. And to be honest, would I have done that? No, absolutely not. I wouldn't have showed receipts. The only people that needed to know about you taking care of it are the people that donated, not anybody else. Not anybody else, but yet they demanded that from you, and you did it to appease and to just once and for all show it, which is okay, fine. But Megan, where is the receipt for Hair Junkies t-shirts the proceeds? Where? Because he was one of my best friends. I absolutely adored him. And so yeah, I'm a little pissed off about that because you have not showed
Well, and not
for the
only not only that, right? So if you're going to hold a fundraiser, right? Okay, this is something I've learned from my mistake, right? You know how everybody wants proof. They want screenshots. Especially when it comes with money, right? If let's say she would have raised $500-600,
she said
why
she
wouldn't
handed cash to them.
why
Really?
why wouldn't you want to write it down, make a spreadsheet, and why wouldn't you want to show, or even if they were wanting to be anonymous and they bought a shirt, why wouldn't you want to say, oh my gosh, guys, look what I have. This is how much money we got. This is how much money we raised. But nobody knows. Nobody knows how much money was raised. Nobody knows how many shirts were sold. And but yet if that was anybody else, if that was you, Jana, me,
Yeah.
anyone else, they would have
Anybody
demanded
else?
and they would
Yeah.
have never let it go until
Well,
we showed
first
it.
of all, let's just be real here. If it's proceeds and it's it's also it's considered charity, right? Charity work. You don't. It's not. You don't. I would never hand cash. I would transfer the funds. I would say, because what do we have nowadays? Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and I'm sure there's many more out there. Apple Pay. That should have been, that's how it should have been handled. To say that you
right. So
handed
there's a
them
paper
cash,
trail.
Yes,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
thank you, Tabby, but there isn't. So, Megan, just like you question Shannon and you want receipts from everybody else that you stick your nose in, where is the proof that you gave the proceeds that you made from the t-shirts and you gave those proceeds to his family?
The
Where
full
is
amount.
it? The
Right.
full amount. I want to
And
know.
Tabby and
I'm
Tabby,
not
you're
going to
correct.
shut up until until I see it. I'm not going to shut
And
up until you
and
no.
so here's the thing,
Uh-uh.
like she said, everybody says, "Oh, well, the GoFundMe was shut down. The GoFundMe was shut down." Well, like Tabby said, I'm sure that one of the family members had Venmo, Cash App, something. And we all know that she has Venmo, Cash App, whatever. Why didn't she put the money in her account and then Cash App, Venmo, or whatever to the family? So
That's
therefore
what I'm
she,
saying.
Mm-hmm.
because let's say she did get $400 or $500. Did she only give 200 of that, 300 of
Right.
that? Did she take a commission out of that because she played a part in sending the shirts?
Speed racer, exactly. Do it for Too Tall. She was dragged, and I think she deserves that. Yes, you're absolutely right.
She
You
does.
are absolutely right because Too Tall went above and beyond and stepped up to the plate when HJ passed. And yes, exactly. I agree. You're right.
Just a tidbit of information. When I spoke to his brother and I didn't know what to do, and I was speaking to
Mm-hmm.
Tutal,
Mm-hmm.
I actually said to the brother, I didn't know who else could get the GoFundMe out there. So I
Mm-hmm.
actually offered, I said, Megan's pretty good at that stuff. Hit up Megan. And then Tutal said,
Mm-hmm.
wait, let me investigate. They investigated, and I stayed out of it.
Mm-hmm.
What a fucking mess that turned into. All
I
I wanted
know.
to do was to put the GoFundMe out there.
As I said, if you do something with a pure heart, you are not going to even have the mindset of just to get back at someone. You're going to put a t-shirt with his face on it, with HJ's face on it. How do you sit there and look at that t-shirt and flick ashes on it and seal the package? And like I said with Doc, how do you do that? But you went to the celebration of life, Megan. I'm going to say this loud and clear. You didn't deserve to be there.
Mm-mm.
And
Absolutely not.
I'm also gonna put this out there. If you think that everything was la-di-da and you were accepted and everything was great, you're highly mistaken. Highly mistaken. You did not deserve to be there. Not after what you did to his t-shirt. No, you didn't deserve to be there. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope.
If there was one word I could use to describe Megan, it would be vindictive.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I will say this. I know that there's always that saying that, I'm a Scorpio, I'm a
Oh
Scorpio.
God.
No, it has nothing to do with your sign.
No,
It
it
has
doesn't
nothing to do
excuse
with the month
that.
that you're born in. I know plenty of
No.
people that are Scorpios. I know plenty of people that would never ever behave that
Mm-mm.
way, all because
Mm-mm.
they say they're a Scorpio. Um, and I will say it again. I truly believe she projects what she puts out on TikTok, and it's only because what's happening in her real life is what she projects on TikTok. And I will stand by that because I know myself personally when I was acting like a fool on the internet, when I was saying the most unhinged shit, and I was partaking in a lot of dumb shit and fuckery. It was because I was in a very toxic place in my own personal life, and I was projecting that out onto TikTok and onto
Hmm.
others.
Look what Inner Peace says. They said even that day she was judging Witty, she was drinking a White Claw. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's what I
Interesting.
mean. Yeah, and that's what I was bringing up with
She
Violet.
actually blamed me for everything. It
It's
had nothing to do with me.
it's mind-boggling. It really is. It's just
And
yeah. Go ahead,
and
Tabby.
also let's
Oh,
also
Shannon,
address
sorry.
that. No, let's
Yeah.
also address that. So when I decided to go live, and of course, Jana, I told you. Remember, I'd messaged you and I said I don't know why Witty keeps bringing my name up. Like like it's
Yeah.
pissing me off. Like I've
Yeah.
done nothing but be kind and nice to her. Like why is she flipping the script, right?
Right.
Um, that day before I went live, I grabbed a tall boy.
Mm-hmm.
And here I was. Now, I don't drink. I don't drink often. I
Don't
don't.
think I didn't notice, Miss Prissy.
Listen, but as I'm drinking a tall boy, to have the courage to just, bitch
I
at
was like,
Woody.
the audacity.
I know the audacity of me drinking a tall boy. Here I was drinking a tall boy, calling her a drunk and an alcoholic, and then I'm like, well, that was probably not the smartest idea. Like,
It was.
am
I
am
mean,
I look like a fool right now, and I was just like, well, I was trying. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I was like trying not to show it in the camera.
yeah,
Um,
it hurt.
I know.
Because the thirsty girl here was like, God damn.
I have a quick question. Was that, babe? Was that the day that I told you to pick it up for me when you? Was that the day? Right, yeah. I had actually told Mike he had to go somewhere, and I said, "Hey, before you come back home, can you grab me one?" And then, of
Mhm.
course, I wanted to drink it before I went live because I thought, well, I'm probably going to get spit on for this. Here I was calling Woody an alcoholic and a piece
Yeah,
of
but if
shit
anybody's
about.
going to understand, it's going to be me. I get it. But you're not an alcoholic. I am.
I know, but
So,
what it was the audacity for me to do that. I
just,
like, fuck me.
it's all right.
Put another notch in my belt of being a
But it
fucking
wasn't something that
stick.
I was concentrating on, just so you know. I was in the middle of chatting with Jana, getting my
Oh, I know,
Mhm.
y'all.
medicine.
Jana was listening and
Mhm.
telling you.
Mhm. I
But we
was.
were laughing. I was
Yeah.
like, that
Yeah.
bitch. I said,
Yeah.
My
well, good for her.
my favorite
Yeah.
part
Yeah.
though, was when I was like, you know what? I've got one foot up your ass, but
When you
if
said
you
that, I was like, yeah, that fear
if
kicked
you
in.
flip on Jana and you go live and flip on Jana, I'm gonna have 2 feet up your ass. Okay,
Do you hear her laughing? That's what I heard out of my ear while I'm standing in a
I'm sure you
CVS.
did. I'm sure this hoe was laughing at me the whole time, thinking,
That's
"Yep,
when I
she
picked
knows
up the
best
Twix
now."
bar. Did you know that?
No, and I hadn't eaten yet either, so I was probably hangry, and I probably just needed to log the
No, I
fuck
got a
off.
Twix bar. Went to my car and waited. I was like, damn.
And just kind of circling back to the GoFundMe and HJ stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's nothing to hide, then hide nothing.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
Yes, Tabby.
Right.
Tabby, I've been saying that all along because I think what was it? The shirts were what, 25?
30.
Okay, they
Yeah,
were
and with
30, and
if
then
yeah,
if it was
hmm
what a 2X or whatever, it was what, 50?
Yeah.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So my question is, how many shirts did people buy? I want to
Yeah, I
know.
guess it's a
You know
mystery. I
what?
guess it's gonna be why. Again, why? Okay, so the ones that are the ones that are scammer accounts, right? The what is it
Yeah.
called? You know what I mean? The awareness group. I know she's been called on it from someone earlier. I don't remember how long ago, a couple months ago, I assume. But
The day she decided to sell them.
this needs to be addressed, and I don't think it should rest until there's proof. I want to see proof because it's not fair to demand that from other people, but that's a scam too if she did not give all of the proceeds to his family.
Well, and my question too is I also hear her say, "Well, if you didn't donate, you shouldn't care." Well, why did you care when that situation was happening to me? Why did I get dragged for it? You didn't donate.
That's a fair
I
So,
point.
care I care
so
because he was one of my best friends, Megan,
right.
and with that being said, I want to see the receipts.
So you say if you didn't donate, it's none of your business. Well, you didn't donate to when I was, taking money for that situation. Why did you care? Why did I get dragged? Why did other women get in boxes and drag my ass when they didn't donate? And what's really crazy to me is the ones that did donate, they weren't even the ones in the boxes dragging me.
Nope.
It was the
Nope.
people that had nothing to do with it. So
Exactly.
you can't say it's not Jana's business, it's not Too Tall's business. Too Tall should have been shown a receipt. Too Tall
Yep.
deserves a receipt because Too Tall got dragged for that. She
Yep.
she she deserves that. And my question is, and I know that this is a hard thing to think about. Because yes, I'm, his family is still grieving, but somebody needs to reach out and find out.
No,
And I'm
no.
saying, but
I'm
my
gonna say
thing is,
no,
will we ever know? We won't ever know the
no.
truth.
Don't burden them with this.
Right. But
Well,
see, here's
well,
my,
okay. So that's my whole point. So with that being said, someone in the awareness, community, please, if you're listening or you hear a replay, please reach out to me because we need to get this taken care of, and we need to see this receipt or receipts. I want to know exactly how much was donated, and what she handed to the family. I think it's very important because it
I
just
don't,
is.
at this point, I don't give a shit.
I do.
right.
I want her to
I
leave
do.
me okay, well, that's good for you. I want her to leave me the fuck alone about my sobriety and mental health
Right,
because
And
she
right.
I
has
just
no
want
room to
her to leave
judge.
me alone just in
Hey,
general.
so I've been through a Santa scam story on this app over gifts and everything, right? If you
Right.
didn't donate, you're not entitled to the receipts and you need to quit demanding them. You're not entitled to them. If you did not donate or buy, listen to me. If you did not donate or buy something, you are not entitled. Okay. If the donors themselves are the ones questioning her, then those are the ones who would have to file a complaint. Coming to the
Oh, of
app to
course. No, I
demand,
that's
honey,
common
I have
sense. I
showed all my
understand that.
receipts, spreadsheet, line by fucking line, and it's still to this day a stupid TikTok story. But if you did not donate, you have no legal claim, legal right, no nothing to those receipts.
By the way, how you
And
doing,
you
Bambi? I like the blonde hair, by the way.
and you know what's crazy, RT?
Love it.
The same people that keep saying, that I needed to show these receipts and I needed to do this and that were
They
people
didn't
that
donate.
they didn't donate.
Okay,
They
and that
didn't do
was your
anything.
choice. Like you, I don't know how many. Like I think Whitty's been around a while. Like who remembers the
I
Santa
have.
scam?
I
Who
have. Yes, I
who is
do.
still hearing about RT scammed kids 2.5 years fucking like it will never ever end no matter what receipt. So when it happens, if she came out here and said in the beginning, I'm not fucking playing this game, you are donating, this is what I'm doing. If the donors have questions like, hey Megan, I just want to make sure that my donation went, they are entitled to that, but nobody else. This app is not entitled anything, and that's where the drama feeds. Shannon, you got to quit playing into it. If Megan's making you mad, quit playing into Megan. It is your responsibility to put that down
It,
and
it
do
is it
not
is
give in to
RT.
these people.
I
You know
I,
what I
it,
mean?
I right, RT, that is, I 100% understand that. But what the issue is and where the issue lies is that other people are getting attacked and other people are getting dragged or whatever
And that's
because
the way
it's
this system on the app works. So, like, I have
right.
been digging. I have come up, like, there is an underground movement on this app, and it is large and it affects all of us. You playing into these narratives and this stupid, what, when it's a really dumb narrative that's coming at you, that's a red flag for everybody to sit the fuck still and watch what's moving on around you because they're playing you against each other. They're looking for these little ins. And you are so fucking reactive, girl. And so is Megan.
Well,
Trust
I've
me, I know
actually
how Megan
RT
can get. I
well
love her to
RT
death sometimes, and other times I'm like, Megan! But
but
that's
RT I have set back for weeks. I mean, honestly, there's been times where people are bringing things up, and I say, "Hey, I'm not going to talk about it. Not going to bring it up. Not
hey
going to do it."
Megan. Or not I'm sorry, Megan. Shannon. I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. Shannon, honey, the problem is I heard you say earlier, because I've been down here for a minute listening. I'm human. And that's what they count on is you being human. You have to be superhuman or walk away and not listen to it. You are responsible for listening to this shit. You are the one looking at Reddit. You are the one looking at T pages. You are the one not shutting these assholes down in your inbox who send you this crap knowing it upsets you. Those are your problems.
Right.
You know how unaffected I am by like, I hear all sorts of shit because I'm like, I don't even go looking for it. I'm not looking for these things that are being said about me because I don't care. You are
Right.
allowing these people to get to you. You are giving them that power over Shannon.
Right. And I think the thing is RT is that I've it's one thing when they stay on the subject, which is me, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to keep at me. Like, okay, fine, I can handle that because I can go on my own platform, I can hold my live. But what really got me is the fact that you hold a live, you literally dox a man that did nothing to you. Nothing. You doxed his life, his address, his phone number, everything. All because, you know, it was to get back at me. And it's
Because
like
you, okay.
it's
So
hard not to have a reaction, RT, because it's
it,
like
it,
you're going
it
after
honey, my
innocent
whole
people.
life has been, you are, baby, I have been there. I have been there. I know you haven't known me as long as like other people on this app have, but I have been through everything you have and more from the vile side. So, like, trust me when I tell you I have been there.
Right.
But I had to learn that it is my responsibility on how I handle all this.
Right.
And
And
that
I'm
is,
working on it. I really am,
you are, and
RT.
I've seen some, but it still eats at you, right? Like,
It
this
does.
is still a huge hang up point for you.
And I think the last hang up was with Witty when they attacked Witty's sobriety. Um,
My mentees.
I that it's I don't know. I just I know what it's like to be at the lowest of low. I know what it's like to have your mental health just be, and I get it. You are responsible for your own mental health.
You are.
You are. But when I'm watching my friend struggle and I'm still trying to understand her situation and I'm seeing her just being attacked, and then I look at it and I say she's only being attacked because of me. It hurts me because it's
So
like
that's where you have to
that's
like understand that people, it's like they understand what the baggage is that comes with hanging out with us, right? Most
right,
people do. Like,
right,
you get in a box with us, you're going to be crucified type shit. You're going to be on Reddit, you're going to be on a T page, you're going to be somewhere featured, streamed probably by 57 people. But do you know what happens when you don't know what's going on in rooms that you're not in? You're not affected by it. And it's none of your business what's happening in rooms that you're not
You
in.
said that always. Yep.
So if you start thinking about it, like if some, like I have the word filtered out of my keywords, streaming. Don't come in my live and tell me what somebody else is doing. Don't show up in my inbox because my attitude changes, right? I start, it's in the back of my mind that I'm being streamed. If I don't know I'm being streamed, I'm going to continue on just as I was doing with my chat. Do not allow people in your space who continuously disrupt your peace. And do I get told, RT, you're fucking crazy. You won't, because I keep my peace. If you don't add something of value to my life, I'm not going to keep you around. And I don't mean like monetary value. I
right.
mean
And
like
I've
add to my peace, add to my
right,
intelligence, something like that.
and I've had this, I've had this mindset, RT, and I've said it to Witty and I've said it to Jana. Is this person complimenting my life or are they complicating it?
Yep.
And and I'm trying to keep that mindset because I'm realizing that a lot of people are playing both sides. Some people are only in it because they want the drama to keep going. And
And that's exactly it. And you have to, they are going to eat, they're going to feed off that drama. And I know it's hard for you to like not react to these people. I've seen what you've been through. I've seen a lot of your struggle. I know somebody else who reminds me very much of you just by speaking, who has also been through a lot on this app. So I can really relate well to what you guys have been through. Um, but you are going to be battling and arguing with yourself out here because you're never going to make these people happy, Shannon.
right,
As soon as you overcome the one thing that they're bitching at you about, it's the next thing. And it's meant to exhaust you and keep you looking crazy out here, your content.
it's just I know that like
That is
I
so
can.
true.
Right. I know that I can take a lot because I have taken a lot on
Mm-hmm.
this app, right? And I can honestly say, RT, I've I've played a part in the bullshit. I've created the
Oh yeah,
bullshit.
you have. Yeah,
I've
but
been in
so
the
have I.
bullshit.
So have I.
I've owned that. And I can take it, right? I can. It's just where my weakness lies that I know I need to work on is that I'm not
I'm
I'm not
okay though. You know
responsible
that,
for what
right?
these right. I'm not responsible for what these people do. I can't control what they do. I need to control how I react to it.
Yes.
I really do, and I'm slowly but surely getting there. I'm not popping off. Yes, did I pop off at Megan the other night? I did. And it's only because enough's enough.
You guys are both very reactive. When Megan gets hyperfixated on a subject, she goes off into outer space. She does. She goes like from 0 to 100, gas pedal, full. And I think because of that, she misses some things that are really important because we get in our emotions and we're driving with those instead of like logic, right?
Right.
I think you get wrapped up in that too. And at
It's just I think my biggest help is who I've been surrounding myself with lately. Um because they're helping me to not be that way. And I'm kind of learning that sometimes it's better for me to let these frustrations out not on the app.
mm-hmm.
And it doesn't make me go from 0 to 100. I'm more kind of like a Volkswagen.
Yep, that's
I
a better
rev.
way to be.
I'm.
Not a
I'm. I'm.
Ferrari, be a Volkswagen.
I am.
Yes.
I'm. You know, I'm revving up my engine, but I'm also realizing that I need to take my foot off the gas pedal,
Yes.
and I just need to just park it. And like I said, I understand Megan's upset. I understand that she's mad, but it's like if she chooses not to move on, it's on her. But eventually, people are going to start seeing that she's the problem.
That's
And
why I try to address things now, like as with like the like with Chat GPT, because it takes the emotion right out of it, but and it also walks you through logical steps. So it's like in disguise, cognitive behavioral therapy, walking through logic and not catastrophizing everything, because that's what this app loves to do. Oh, there's a text message. I'm going to catastrophize it, and suddenly somebody's got a conspiracy against me, and it was literally like they were trying to surprise you for your birthday. Shit like that. But the paranoia that this app creates is so real. It's insane.
I will say that some of these people need to seek employment.
Yeah.
Some of these people need to seek new hobbies.
And
This
some
app
of
will
them need to
consume
seek a
you.
psychiatrist.
Yes, and I will say that 10 out of 10 I recommend uh, for a lot of people. But it's like I said, I can't control what these people do. I know I need to have the mindset of if I don't worry about them talking about me. If I don't hear what they're saying about me, it doesn't matter because I have nothing to respond to because it's out of sight, out of mind. Um, it's just I'm now learning that the circle of people that I've surrounded myself with, it's who I need to be around. They're better for me. They're healthier for me, and I know in the long run I'm gonna come out on top of it. This is just an
Mm-hmm.
app. You know, it
Yes.
is. It's not. I work. I work full time. I have a job. Hell, I'm getting a new puppy in 2 weeks. I'm about to be busy with that,
Girl,
and I
I
want
hear
to.
the things that this app says about me, and then I go to work and I talk to my patients, and I hear the exact opposite coming out of their mouth. So, those are the people that I affect in my real life.
Right.
Shit people that I don't know on the internet who have records longer than my fucking college transcript do not really like they're not going to apply. Now there are some convicted felons who like studied law and certain subjects in prison that have a well-rounded knowledge that is helpful to me. But the people who are just running their mouth on the internet while they glorify rug use and shame people who are struggling in addiction trying to get out of it, that's not my crowd. I don't care what they think. you know, I think they're shit humans for doing that. But hey,
Yeah, and I do. Sometimes I wish I had a stronger mindset of fuck them all. Who gives a shit? But my problem is that I do have a heart and I do care and I do care about what happens to other
boundaries
people.
will be healthy for you to set.
Right.
That's what I had to learn. I care
Right.
too much, and if I don't set boundaries, I get run over.
Right. And Jana's taught me that with boundaries. And so is Jana, or so is Mike and Pam Stacky, Witty too. Setting those boundaries.
And
And like I said,
who cares who you talk to and sit with, right? I actually
Mhm.
enjoy falling into Whitty's lives in the morning because when
Mhm.
she is not struggling with her sobriety and addiction, and I understand her struggle more than most because I also suffer with the chronic pain. And sometimes that's the only thing that can numb the blindness
Mhm.
going on in your brain, right?
Mhm.
Um, and that's how some of those addictions happen. But me and Whitty are actually on the same level. And when I took those emotions out of her making a mess on the app and actually got to know her, we have a lot in fucking common. Bitch, I just took it off. It was too hot in the house.
I'm so
I got
frustrated.
one for every day of the week, Whitty. What the hell are you talking about?
Same girl, same.
Fuck. See, we bonded over a damn Costco shirt. You
And
know what
and
I
She
you know
told
mean?
what?
me. She told me about that. I was
Yeah,
cracking
like, and
up.
that's how I'll forever remember Whitty is over the
Mhm.
Costco shirt because I love that shirt.
But what I will say is, RT has her way of thinking, right? And
Mhm.
RT and I have had our moments.
Uh huh.
But the difference is that RT can sit in this box and
Mhm.
she can talk to me with respect. She
Mhm.
can talk to me and she can give me, like I said, sometimes what is it? That constructive criticism.
Constructive
Yeah, the
criticism.
constructive criticism because it's all about
RT's really good.
delivery, right?
Right.
RT's really good at that.
Right.
She knows. Yeah.
It's not that she's being critical. It's not that she's
Mm-mm.
judging. She's
Mm-mm.
giving constructive criticism. I'm all about
Exactly.
people. I'm all about people giving me advice and telling me maybe you could work on this and that.
Mhm.
And and that's what I need, and that's what I would love to happen, and for more people to be like, instead of being in this box and telling me that you're this and this. Okay, well, give me advice on how I could change it. Give me advice on how I could make things better. And maybe that's what some people can take up some key points with RT. Even though her and I have had our moments on this app, this woman can still sit up here and have a respectful conversation with me and
Mhm.
not treat me like I'm less than.
Yeah, I just don't get up
Exactly.
in boxes anymore to argue with people. I will
Mm-mm.
not. There is no solution that they're looking for when they're
Right.
like that. So I'm not going to contribute to that environment. That's
Right.
not constructive at all. That's not
No.
helpful because what I see a lot of times, because I'm usually floating around on a sneaky, just so I can listen and nobody's trying to draw me into a chat.
Mhm.
Because I'm trying to listen to what's going on and watch the chat for the
Right.
sneakies that like to come in and stir up shit. I am everywhere on this app and I'll sit and listen to all sides and I can kind of pinpoint, okay, I understand that they think that this is the problem, but the root of it is here. So let's attack the root and the rest of it above it will just fall away. You're struggling on a certain level, but if you take care of what's causing it, the rest of the struggle that you're having just falls away. It's less
Right.
work. You know what I mean? And I can see that just by listening to what because I'm listening to hear, I'm not listening to react to you, right? I'm
Right.
hearing you.
So that's one of my biggest problems. I listen to react because I always feel like I have to defend myself.
But and
That's a
another
hard
thing,
thing to
RT,
get unused to.
and
Yes,
another
Mhm.
thing,
before it
RT,
really is.
another thing, RT is you have people of they're certain people come over here and say, well, you've done this and you've done that and yada yada yada. Okay, well, so have the people that you have sat with. Are
Okay,
you
so in those exact instances, you should talk to Chat GPT about this. I'm serious because I have discussed this about that because that right there, that back and forth, and it keeps that emotional casino and that hamster wheel going.
right,
Just go back to your main point because what they're doing with that is they're deflecting, right?
right,
You're making a point, they're deflecting. So what you do is you go back to the argument. That's not the point. Let's go back to the point. Why are you deflecting? And every time they try to circle back, and nope, we're not going there. The point is this, and we're staying on topic, right? We're going to circle back right to the topic. Don't allow them to drag you off. Put them back on point. This is the statement. This is the argument. You're deflecting. And when you talk to Chat GPT, it'll give you some rebuttals. it'll give you ways to form Shannon's thoughts, not RT's thoughts, right? Because as that model gets to know you, it kind of gets to know how you think, right? And what might be more comfortable for you to approach in that manner. So it works with you to deal with that, and especially in those moments, because that is deflection.
Right. And that's kind of what my mindset is. It's like, okay, let's stay on the topic, right? Let's stay where like you said the root of the problem is. It's just once again people come over here try to give me advice, but yet they sit in boxes with people that they could also give that advice to.
And
So it's kind of like
that's a good
one-sided.
answer. Please go give that advice somewhere else, you know, and then you get rid of them. Make sure your mods are doing the mod job. You know, there's people, everybody's welcome. Well, everybody shouldn't feel welcome to just come over and spew hate. You're fostering an environment that allows that, right?
That's
Protect your
Right.
true.
peace.
Very true.
Use that
Yep.
block button. Don't
And I
feel
tell
Yep.
bad.
people, and I tell people all the time, you are not entitled to have a conversation with me.
Exactly. And
You will
stand on
be
that.
it, right. And I tell people that all the time when they demand boxes, right? When they say, "Let me up, let me up." Well, why?
Not you,
You're not
Tabby.
entitled to have a conversation with me. It will be a privilege if I allow you to have that conversation, but you're not entitled to it.
Girl, I
You know?
Mhm.
tell everybody, like, especially when they demand me to boxes, I am like, Jesus, I will fucking grace you with my presence. You do not have access to me.
Right. And that's what I tell
Exactly.
people all the time. You may have free will to speak on me, but you do not
Mm-hmm.
have access to speak to me.
Mhm.
Facts. And you need to just don't let, you're doing better, right? But it still
Mhm.
gets to you. And as long as these people can see that weakness, that's what they're going to feed on. So that is
Right.
the part of you above anything that you want to keep working on, right? That's the
Mhm.
most important part. It's okay to wear your heart on your sleeve. I fucking
Right.
pop off every now and then, but I try to do it with theatrics, and then I go into education, right? Because nobody wants to
Mhm.
sit and listen to somebody drone on and on, scream at their phone for forever. It's tiring.
Right.
I approve
Get
of
to the
that. There
fucking
you go.
point, right?
And I
And it's
do.
okay to
Like I
use
said, I
drama for
mean,
that.
like I said, I appreciate Tabby coming over here and having a conversation. You know,
Mhm.
Thank you. I
I'm
just
always willing to
You're
have
welcome.
conversations with people. I am. And people think I'm not a hard person to talk to. I'm not a hard person to have a conversation with. It's how you approach me.
Mhm.
Exactly.
You know,
Don't
come
get
at
No,
me
me
on
not
the
coming up
defensive right
here.
off the bat.
Right, not coming in here, my boss telling her to shut the F up. Disrespecting in that type of manner. That is not okay, and I will not allow that. I just won't. I don't have to.
I just
I'll
want to say
hear
one more
everybody
thing,
out. Go ahead,
and then
Tabby.
I'm
Sorry,
gonna
honey.
drop as I
Okay.
just got off work. But I came up here for one intention, and that
Mhm.
was to say frankly, I do think Megan owes Witty an apology, and what
Mhm.
Megan said was very triggering for me, and it hit a raw spot in me, and I just feel like she really needs to be held accountable. I mean, that was absolutely disgusting behavior and inexcusable in my
I
opinion.
agree. I agree.
Um, so yeah, like I said, I had ill intent. I just wanted to come up here and address that because like I posted it on my page because it chapped my ass when I heard her say that.
So I want you to be very careful, though, and protect yourself right now.
Oh, I will. I mean,
I know you're a big girl, but
yeah. And I've never done anything like that before, but that's how mad it made me is I felt the need. People need to know if she's using people's sobriety against them to try to get information, like that is totally diabolical, man. Like
especially
in
when you're in
every way.
recovery, too. I'm going to say it again. You
Like
do that with a fellow recovery person.
to say in one breath, go get help, and then in the next breath, offer you money for alcohol is just there's no
Yeah,
words.
it's meant to trigger and hurt, right? Because we all
She
know
wanted me to
why.
drink again, so then she could get what she wanted out of me.
But
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
I appreciate you for letting me up, and
Thank you,
Of
Tabby.
course.
I hope y'all have a
You're
good day.
welcome. Okay,
You
Tabby.
too,
Have a
sweet.
good day.
Bye, Tabby
Witty,
Cat.
I honestly don't care at this point if you drink because I know why you do. But what I want you to stop doing is pushing the live button. Okay, push
We're
the
working
Well,
on it,
that is
fucking
my
Wendy.
rule now,
phone
ladies.
button.
Tell her. You can be part of
will
this.
we will call and call and call until it ends. I'm not kidding.
I
That is,
truly think that needs to be the tactic that when Woody is inebriated, because she's in pain, right? She is
Yes.
in
Yes.
miserable, blinding. When I saw her in the car that day, I have been there. I have
Mhm.
been there on the ground with an infant and unable to get up off of it. Okay, like
Just
not off of the infant, off of the ground, but like I couldn't
Mhm.
even take care of my child. It was so fucking bad.
yep.
So I get it. And they don't want to give you anything. So
Oh,
I
I
get
got
it.
it.
They're
What?
helping her. She went to an orthopedic doctor,
Oh, thank
and
God.
Neuro
they're yes,
orthopedic.
neuro, and they're helping her. And so
Okay,
her, yeah, yeah.
that makes me happy, Witty. So now that we have some of that relieved, okay,
Mhm.
Yep.
maybe we can start
I
taking the
have to have
steps.
surgery though. There's no other option for
I
me.
know, baby. So in
Just
order to
sucks. Life
do
is
that,
changing quickly.
in order to do that, you mean you are getting help,
Mhm.
right? There is not
Mhm.
no, there is no longer this blinding, I don't know when
Mhm.
this is going to end type thing, right? So we need to make some steps to work on not using the alcohol as a crutch now.
Well, I
Okay.
can't now with this medication.
Well, yeah, we don't need that version of Witty on the internet.
Right.
But it's funny though, it's I've heard people and I've seen videos claiming that I'm enabling and coddling. If that's what you want to call it, that's fine, but you need to learn the definitions because,
People are free to feel that way, because if
yeah,
you,
but Whitty has accomplished more this week in the last few days than the
The whole
past weeks
year.
for
then
the
those
whole
are the
year.
then those are the things that we need to focus on. We don't need to
absolutely.
focus on everybody's negatives because here's the thing. This app
That's what
makes
she
us
did though. That's what she did though. She got in my head and said, "Listen, you have to." The big old what I got out of it is change your environment, then make a change. Like
mhm.
you can do this. Pick one thing at a time, and that was
At a
hard for me
time.
at that moment.
Yep.
Just one thing.
I
Just
know.
one thing at a time, literally minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. Because, like, as I've said before, if you try to accomplish things all at once, you become overwhelmed, and
Overwhelmed.
yes,
Yep.
and you
And
stop what
control,
you
because you know me,
yes.
I like to think I'm in control of everything. Nope.
Well, the
Nope.
only the only control that I tell myself this that I need to worry about, so I'm telling that you need to worry about is just yourself
Mhm.
because we can't control other people and what they say, what they do. And,
Nope.
I need to work on not letting that get to me because it does bother me when I see that and hear that. So I'm just going to have to tune that out and not react to it anymore.
So, like, this app helps us create the worst versions of ourselves that we could possibly display to the public, right?
And I'm
Sometimes,
getting
yeah.
amen on
So,
that. Yep.
on top of all that, we all focus, and I'm saying we all, right? We all focus on everybody's negatives instead of the positives. And if we spent more time
That's
True.
true.
focusing and going, "Hey, I noticed that you're really good at organizing," right?
Yeah.
This shit's an
Yep.
absolute mess. How about we take your skills and
Right.
apply, you know what I mean? Instead of
Yeah.
arguing with our enemies over their negatives, how about we utilize the positives to come to a conclusion? But
Hmm.
everybody has to start changing how they view this, and
Right.
it's going to take time because change takes time. Now everybody's going to change at once, and then there's going to be the back and forth like Shannon referred to. But they did this and they're going to, right? But what
Right.
we have noticed on my side is that we have all refused to fight with people who want to fight, and they fucking pack it in. Well, that didn't work. Yep, go back to the drawing board because it's not happening here,
And
right?
another mindset that I have is, what is the point of fighting and arguing when there's no resolution?
That's exactly the point.
Ah, me. I can't take it. People
the
coming in on me.
the
Well,
goal
keep
of
saying
an
that.
argument is to come to a resolution, right? So if
Right.
I'm up
Right.
here doing this for 17 hours, what the fuck is the point if you're not looking for a resolution? I'm not going to do it.
And if you're
You
not ready for one, move along.
I
Live
Yep.
your
I
life.
I don't have
Yep.
to accept your apology. I don't have to hear it. I don't have to, like, the apology is for you, not me.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive yourself and move on,
So,
right?
can I ask your advice about Megan? Because everybody wants her to apologize, and believe me, Tiffany was not, or Tabby Cat was not the first person that said it. I get many messages. At this point, I'm almost positive I know she has somewhat of a leaky heart.
Megan's got a huge leaky heart. And when
So at
Megan
this
gets
point, I just
hurt,
want to be
this is
left
what
alone and not
happens.
be discussed like that ever again. How about them apples? I'll change my alcoholic traits, and you change the way you um
Here's the thing, though. How many
deal with me.
times have we seen Megan like RT? Because I tell Megan this all the time.
Yeah.
She can be the person that sits there with 9 to 11 people in her live crafting fucking tumblers.
Right?
But bitch, as soon as the drama starts and we start digging, it's the fucking hottest thing on our side of TikTok. It's like, can I go back to staring out my window with my 13 people at Snowflakes? Because I really didn't want this, but there are people mingled into our chats that drag this shit to us.
Yeah,
And they look
probably.
at the weakest links. Who is the most reactive? Witty, Shannon, we got Violet. There's a few people. We got Florida Man. All of those people are very
How rude.
reactive.
Don't bring him into this.
Well,
Tati.
I'm using it as an example. They're all very reactive. So the drama causers are going to migrate to those chats. And that's what I've seen. I've actually caught one, and they've been playing games with their account. And, they think I don't know who it is, but I do. Um, but when you start realizing that that's going on is when everybody, even if you don't get along, needs to shut it down when they're running back and forth. Like, no, I don't want no information on Megan. And Megan needs to say, no, I don't need any information on Shannon. I'm good. I don't need any information on Witty. I'm good. Send people packing so they don't feel comfortable bringing it to you.
Okay.
True.
That's
Very
what
true.
everybody needs to do. It's not just one person, it's
Right.
everybody, because these people focus on us. They get to know us in our inboxes. We think they're real accounts. They seem like real people, and then all of a sudden they're fucking gone and our lives are
Well, it
up on
happened
end.
in this live already today with Janna and with somebody saying that T was streaming us and she wasn't even streaming us. So
Right.
it's a
Oh
fake
yeah,
account.
that's
And I know
right.
that's a whole ass lie because I scrolled through T's live. I don't even know the people in her
Well,
fucking
they
box.
said we were talking about autistic kids and that, so I knew instantly.
Right.
Crazy, crazy
I wouldn't
world.
do that.
I think each and every one of you are awesome humans in your
Thank
own
Thank
you.
you.
way.
You are too.
We bring out the
I
best.
appreciate it. I mean, I appreciate RT. I mean, I get it. Like I said, I've been through my fair share of bullshit on this app, but
But you're very insightful, so I know that you do recognize where the struggles are. It's not a denial, Shannon.
no,
If
I
you were
trust
out
me.
here like some people I know denying any fucking culpability or accountability or problem, I would have questions, right? But you guys do realize where you're weak, and where the struggles are, that you have done fuck shit. It's getting it to die down. And I'm sure Megan isn't helped by anybody coming in her chat wanting to tell them what Shannon's doing. They're probably
Mm-hmm.
dragging lives and misconstruing Shannon's fucking words in
Mm-hmm.
some way, because that's what I get. Oh, RT was doing this. The fuck? I was talking about a fake account, like what?
Right.
You get that all the time. So we have to learn, each and every one of us, to shut those people down who are running to us to save the day and give us info, because most of it's fucking bogus and twisted. That's what I've learned.
Yeah, I'm learning that too.
They're getting really good at creating like these AI videos for profiles to really make you think that these are legit humans. Like, if I don't see you on a camera or a video chat, I don't fucking want to talk to you. Number one. um because this is all going back to 1 to 2 groups of people, and it's way back, like before Megan got drug into our side. Like, she was like new character unlocked, and I have just about figured out how and who unlocked her, and it's not Megan's fault by any means. This is a whole
Mm-hmm.
different movement against us. Like, we're on the surface, right? We're just bobbing around like little ice cubes in the fucking ocean, and then there's like this layer beneath us, and then there's like a subterranean dark layer. And that's the layer I'm talking about. We are all pawns in their fucking game.
That's what
This
I was
isn't even
saying. That's
about
what I
us
was
at this
saying.
point.
Yep, that's what I was saying.
They keep it going with our drama. That's their
Right,
job.
right.
Quit giving it to them.
Exactly. That's true. You're right.
Because I remember the night Megan got dragged in. And I know the two factions of people on the underground side of that app related directly to it. I remember, I have it recorded. I have had numerous people come to me for that fucking recording over the past, well, year and a half. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is my number one most requested video. I wonder why. I wonder why. A lot happened in that chat that day. And that you don't know. I'm serious.
That's true. Yep.
And that's what I'm trying to get down to. You guys are like trusting these fake accounts. You're opening up in your
Oh, I'm
inbox
not.
because you are
Uh-uh.
hurt, right?
Right.
You get these people who want to relay their stories to you. They get up in their box and they just lie, just to build a bond with you. And then they get all this, and then all of a sudden they're fucking gone after they get to know you really well. And they run off
Mm-hmm.
with all your deepest, darkest secrets. And now they have weapons against you.
Good thing I didn't
Stop
get
doing that with people.
I only get
Good morning, Renee. That's how they get to you. And then they manipulate you guys against each other. They share information. It's just like this shit with Train, these messages, they're like, oh, she's going to put somebody in jail. It was nothing like that. Why was it being painted that way? Which is why I'm digging into this story. Why are we doing that? That doesn't make sense. None of these arguments are true, but we're still keeping up with the lie. I got questions and I'm going to get answers because I'm fucking tired of it. And I'm playing my game different now based on my experiences, like what Shannon went through and is still going through. This is how I'm handling the end of it.
Well, maybe, some people are listening. Maybe some people, decided to, put their little keyboard warrior fingers down and open their ears.
We can't make backhanded jabs, though, if we want people to stop fucking with us. You
You know
can't
what I'm
do
saying?
that. I
But
think
you
that's
get
the
what I'm saying,
problem.
though.
But
But you get what I'm saying, RT. It's
I
like,
do. But
it's like,
again,
when somebody is saying something that's actually like, makes sense, and it's logical thinking, and it's what people need to hear. And I feel like sometimes people need to stop,
yeah, but we have to leave it there because as soon as we throw the jab in there, it defeats the whole tone, right? And
right.
I
It's
would
just,
say
I
the
just
same
wish
thing to
people would just
Megan if I
listen.
were talking to her right now. You know me. If Megan did that, I'd be like, hey, now that's not helpful, right?
True.
That is what keeps it going between you two is the little barbs. So like if you maybe ask Chat GPT, how can I restate this without taking a direct jab at Megan to where she's going to be offended? And then
Right.
restate it as like a blanket statement that Megan may or may not dance around in the shoes that you just have to be fancier with your words. And I think Megan will quit being so like aggressive. Like you guys both have to stop with that because I hear you both. I hear you both. You both do it, and it's
Like,
back
but
and
like
forth.
I said, RT, I've truly, I have bitten my tongue for,
I know,
I
but
really have. And like I said the other day, I was just, I I popped off, and like I said, it's just,